Hey guys, so quick update on this. I've just given it a few of the panels some Reefer Grey light and SP Lark light, and then misted back over with the base coat. So now I'll do the red on the side and start darkening down the rear. It looks a bit patchy at the moment, but I suppose that's how the original looked at this time of the process. But yeah, red next. Okay, so it's starting to look more like an X-Wing now. It's got the red 4 stripes on, which is odd because underneath it's got red 5, although I haven't put on the stripes underneath. I've gone a little heavy on the misting, but I'll explain that in a minute. The red stripes along the side and on top I used Caboose 1975 Caboose red. That seemed to look right, and it's what I've been using on the other larger 124 scale X-Wings. The yellow band around the top of the cockpit and under the wing, that was Reefer Yellow, 1975 Reefer Yellow. I thought that might be a bit too harsh, but once it gets knocked back with the grime misting, it kind of looks right. There's also a yellow band I noticed around the rear top right engine, and what else? Oh yeah, there's some like big grime patches around the top of the wings and on the side there. Also on the bottom I used grime, I think. And then the other patches on top, there's all these squares and that sort of thing, and a few down the side and on the other side. That was Reefer Grey, dark Reefer Grey. So getting there. These are the acrylics. One thing that's great about these paints, I'm sort of going back to front with the acrylics and the enamels, which is really not the right way to use paints, because one will react to the other. It's fine putting enamel over acrylic as long as the acrylic's dried, but putting acrylic over the enamel can be tricky because the acrylic dries faster than the enamel and it can pull it up and crinkle. But I've had no ill effects doing that, and I have been swapping out with the enamel grime just to mist, and as I said, that's okay because I can mist the enamel over the acrylic and that's fine. But I have been, you know, just due to laziness really, just leaning over to the shelf and grabbing the right colour in enamel, spraying it on, and I've had no ill effects. But I wouldn't recommend that. I'm just sort of saying how good and strong these paints are. They're sort of, you know, complementing each other and taking each other. Oh yeah, what else? The cockpit, rear of the cockpit was ILM's Stormy Sea Grey, TIE Fighter Grey. This is just my blend of colours. Don't take this as gospel, and it's your build. You do what you want. But I just feel that these seem to be working for me. It's very light at the moment, and you can see how dark it is. But that will come with a dark. I think I'm going to use dark Lark Grey as misting, and for the engine blasts, blast marks and going around the engine. What is interesting though, I don't know if you can see this, on the back right engine at the top there, I'll try and get a better view, move the camera. On the top of that engine, there appears to be maybe a cable, or it just looks quite like a bent down piece of metal, maybe, I don't know. That could be a connector for the wings or something else, but it's strange because the nose is where, you know, the wires stick out, so that should be where the connection is. But just up here there is something going on. So yeah, that's something to take note of if you're going for complete accuracy. And you can see it down there too, just there. So yeah, another little quirky odd bit to go with this X-Wing. But yeah, we're getting there. It's just Case of plodding on with these colours now. So I'll be doing misting and blast marks next, and oh yeah, and the red stripes underneath.